Hey, Eagles. Oh, I do that every time. Hello, adults. Let's call it that. Today, what we're going to do for our self care tip is talk about this is essentially like we've done before, a way to do like a guided imagery or guided meditation. So, we acknowledge that this is a difficult time in our world, in our spaces, our spheres of influence, all of that. So, sometimes those negative thoughts are rising to the top. I don't know about you, but this has been a time where I'm just like, I can't do this no more. Right. So, what we're going to do today is I will lead you very briefly through a guided meditation sort of activity. And what Amy is going to do, Miss Phillips is going to do while I speak out, she's going to um do an alternative way to actually go through this exercise that does not involve just thinking in your mind but also involves a physical attribute for those of us who are a little bit more kinesthetic and need to do something with our hands. All right, here we go. So if you will, please close your eyes. All right. So what I need you to do is just take a moment to think about what is the thing that is your fight. What keeps rising to the top? What is bothering you? What is those thinking? What are your thoughts bringing up to your mind that you don't want to hear? So, for example, something may be, I cannot do this, right? So, once you get that in your mind, now's the time that we're going to identify the lie, for lack of a better term. Where is this thought really meeting fallacy, right? If we use the example of, I can't do this, we will know, in fact, I can do this. I just don't like it. Now, what we're going to do is identify a counter thought to that negative or unhelpful thinking. Again, using the example of, I can't do this, a counter thought will be, I absolutely can do this. I just don't like it. Now, what I'm going to do is repeat that 4 times to myself. I absolutely can do this, even if I don't like it. I absolutely can do this, even if I don't like it. I absolutely can do this, even if I don't like it. I absolutely can do this, even if I don't like it. All right. So that is the whole of that exercise. Very simple. Again, just 4 very simple parts. You identify what it is that is your fight. You identify the lie. You make a counter thought, and then you repeat that counter thought 4 times to yourself. This serves as an affirmation to, again, reboot us to be able to continue on despite the things that we are thinking. I'm going to turn it over to Amy, and she'll share with you the variation that she took on this activity.
All right, everyone. So, in a kind of a different sphere on paper, with this idea of identifying maybe the negative thought that we're having and working to replace it with a more positive counterbalance or affirmation, what I chose to do was I wrote on my sheet of paper here, I wrote, oh, I'm going to turn off my background. Technology issue. Hang on. I got a de-blur. Okay. Okay, ready? Here we go. Here we go. Okay. So on my sheet of paper here, I wrote down 3 times instead of 4. I wrote down my false statement that seems to be coming up a lot for me during this kind of stressful time of me not being enough to be successful in all of these sudden changes that I'm dealing with. So for me, the lie of I'm not enough is the one I want to kind of cross out of my consciousness. So on my sheet of paper, as I am thinking mentally of my replacement statement, and I know that it's backwards on the camera here, but my replacement statement is, this is difficult now, but I can overcome it. So that's my replacement affirmation for my kind of negative thought that's rising up for me, being I'm not enough right now. So as I am mentally repeating that positive affirmation, I am Xing off on my paper that I am not enough. And I'm repeating my positive affirmation in my head as I am just putting my X's through the negative ones. And you can really do that for however long you want. And, you know, that physical, actual act of crossing off that lie connecting that to your thoughts and to those positive affirmations can be really helpful. And another variation to that, if you want to, instead of using a pen to X off the lie, you could even choose to kind of rip it in half and rip up those negative thoughts as you're repeating your positive affirmation to yourself. So kind of two options that you could choose to do. And again, this idea really spurred from a very real place and a very real thing that I think students, staff members alike in our school community could be going through right now. Because I was thinking back on how long it's been since the pandemic's been really hitting us, and it's almost been like a full calendar year. And that's a long time to be dealing with these big changes and these big stressors that are just building up. So this is something that we hope can really come into play in your day-to-day lifestyles. So with that, Michele Clark community, we hope again you take this activity and dive into the self-care that you deserve. Ms. Woods, final words?
That's it. Go be great. Remember, affirmation, affirm, 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 affirm yourself because it is difficult and we all have these thoughts. So, no judgment, just take some time and deposit that which you need to pull from. All right, y'all. Peace.